Movie lights. Don't waste your time watching complete movies and series.
The movie starts with someone named Adam coming out of the farm below him, and he meets an old woman named Parker. We know that Parker remains the owner of the farm that Adam rented from her, and Adam takes care of the whole farm and returns it again, suitable for agriculture, so Parker tells Adam that she considers him like her son. And she invites Parker to dinner, so Adam tells her that he considers her like his mother and promises her that he will come to have dinner with her. After that, Parker comes back to her home and opens her computer. But she is surprised that there is a message that appears to her on the screen, and Parker knows from the message that the device is infected with a virus and that she must calls the antivirus company immediately, so Parker calls the antivirus company that she is participating with, and a person named Grant answers her. Parker starts to explain to Grant what happened to her device, and she is surprised that her computer is infected. Grant tells her that their system had some problems and asks Grant to carry out the steps that he will tell her about, and this is to avoid having her data on the device erased, so she listens to Parker and implements the steps, and everything goes back to her nature, and then Grant tells Parker that he will send her the sum of $500, and this, as a habit from the company for the damage that happened to her, and asks her to give him her account number that she will receive the money on, so she gives him the account number Parker, which is the same as the account of the charity that she runs, so Grant sends $50,000 to Parker's account, and then Grant calls Parker and tells her that he sent this amount by mistake, and he asks her to return the rest of the amount to him or he will be fired from his job, so Parker sympathizes with Grant and agrees that she return the money to him without hesitation. Parker opens the charity account and writes the password, and it appears that the account will have $2 million in donations, and Parker sends the rest of the amount to the account that Grant sent her the money from, but suddenly all the money in the charity group account is transferred to Grant's account, so Parker tries to communicate with Grant again to understand what is happening, but he does not reply to her, so Parker is shocked and knows that she was deceived, and at this time Grant is celebrating with his team the fraud that they did, and it seems that Grant is specialized in fraud on the internet. The night comes, and Adam goes to Parker's house according to his appointment with her to have dinner. As soon as Adam gets home, he is surprised that the door is open, so Adam enters the house and is shocked when he sees a gun on the ground and finds Parker killed, and suddenly appears Verona, Parker's daughter, from behind Adam and raises a weapon on him and asks him to get down to the ground, and we know here that Verona works as an investigator at the FBI. Adam tells her that he is sad for her mother's death, but Verona considers Adam at that time a suspect and arrests him, and the police hand him over, and after a while Adam is released. Because there is no evidence to link that he is the one who killed Parker other than that forensics linked that Parker was the one who killed herself, and then Verona is at home alone and scans her mother's computer and knows the reason that made her mother kill herself. And the second day, Verona meets Adam and apologizes to him for what she did to him and thanks him also for his care for her mother throughout the past period. She tells him that her mother killed herself because she was subjected to a scam and all the money from the charity donations was stolen from her, so Adam asks her about the person who cheated on her mother, and she tells him that he is an anonymous and that he works under the cover of an electronic antivirus company. Verona tells Adam that she will not be able to file a complaint against the company because the evidence will prove that her mother sent the money to the company of her own will, and therefore there will be no charge against the antivirus company. Verona asks Adam if he helps her arrest the members of the company, but Adam refuses to help her. He consoles her about her mother's death, then leaves her and walks away. Afterwards, Adam calls a colleague of his in a secret organization called the Beehive. It turns out that Adam was a member of the Beehive. We know that this cell is working with the American government to carry out covert operations, but they are doing it illegally. So Adam's colleague is surprised when they call her, because Adam retired from his job a long time ago. So Adam knows that this is a personal matter for him, and he asks her to gather information about the antivirus company. Then, when Adam's colleague calls me again and knows the address of the company, Adam goes to the company's headquarters and is with him cans full of gasoline, and there Adam meets two members of the company's security, and they are prevented from entering, but Adam clashes with them and finishes them in moments, after which Adam enters the company and goes to the employee's office and asks all the employees to leave the place or they will die burned. And Adam starts pouring gasoline in the whole place, so all the employees are afraid, and they run away from the place quickly, and then Grant comes with a group of security guards and orders them to attack Adam, but Adam moves skillfully and quickly and hits them one by one and gets rid of them easily, so Grant is frightened by what he sees and asks Adam why he is doing this, so Adam says sarcastically that he works as a beekeeper and that he likes to kick the wasps out of the hive. Adam sets up bombs, leaves them in place, and connects them to the company's phone. Adam tells Grant that the calls they've been making are the same calls that are going to destroy the company. And they understand that the first client who calls the company will cause the whole building to explode, and he advises him to run away from the place. So Grant runs as fast as he can and tries to get out of the place, and the bomb explodes, and there is a very big explosion, and the whole building is destroyed. Then Grant calls the owner of the company, Derek, and tells him what happened, and tells him that he doesn't know anything about the person who blew up the building, except that he works as a beekeeper. Besides, the surveillance cameras were completely burned out and there is no evidence against the person who blew up the company. So Derek gets angry because the building that was destroyed is worth $30 million. Derek tells Grant that the person who did this is taking revenge on them and asking him to look for the people he betrayed and cheated against them in the last few days, and then Derek sends a group of mercenaries after Grant, so he takes them to Parker's house. This is because she is the only one that they set up for a very large amount of money, and therefore she is the one who will want to take revenge on them. And by chance they see Adam driving his car towards the warehouse, so they quickly follow him. To get rid of it, the recipient enters the mercenaries with him. They discover that the warehouse is empty and that there is no one in it. It seems that Adam knew they were coming after him. He appears to them from different places inside the warehouse and starts to get rid of them all. He doesn't stay with them, and no one left of them except Grant, so Adam is so satisfied that he cuts his fingers. And then, when Verona arrives with the police forces and discovers that the warehouse was completely burned down and Verona sees the body of one of the mercenaries who were in the warehouse, you find the identity card of our neighbors, and you know that he is the manager of the antivirus company. So Verona goes back to the office and talks to a colleague. She tells him that Adam was the one who was in the warehouse. This means that our neighbors went to the warehouse with the mercenaries to kill Adam. Verona thinks that Adam is the one who blew up the building of the antivirus company to avenge the death of her mother. In another scene, Grant is in his car and calls Drake. They know that Adam killed all their men and cut off his fingers. Suddenly, Adam appears and fastens Grant to the belt, which he fastens to the car. He starts the car and drives towards the sea, pulling Grant behind it and dropping him into the sea. Adam holds Grant's phone and talks to Drake, who hears everything. It happens, and Adam tells Drake that he'll kill him too, hangs
Movie
up,
lights.
and then gets in a Grant car and leaves. After that, Dirk goes to Wallace, the security guy at the company, and tells him about what happened, so he's shocked. When Dirk tells Wallace what happened, Wallace hears the sentence Beehive, and we know here that Wallace was the former head of the American Intelligence Agency, and he knows the dangers of the members of the secret Beehive organization. He explains to Dirk that the person they are dealing with is highly dangerous, and then Wallace calls Jessica, Derek's mother, who is the president of America personally. Wallace starts to explain to her the details of the problem that her son fell into. In it, Jessica asks Wallace to provide protection for her son at any cost. Wallace calls Agent Gant, who's in charge of the Beehive organization. Agent Gant tells her that there's one of the Beehive members named Adam who's threatening the life of the son of the President of America. She says that Adam retired a while ago, and that, currently outside the organization, Wallace wants her to get rid of Adam right away, so she goes to the FBI. Verona and Hoyley's colleague are looking for information about Adam in the database, but they find that there's nothing there. So they figure out that Adam is a former military man and that he works with a secret organization. And then they know that the police found Grant's body in the ocean, so he goes there quickly, and they are shocked when they see Grant's body and find his mind cut off, and the night comes, and Adam is in the gas station, and a car comes and hits his car, and one of the members of the Beehive organization comes out of the car named Landers, and Landers gets into a fight with Adam. And during the fighting between them, a police car comes, but Landers shoots at it, destroys it, and kills everyone in it, and then Adam attacks Landers and beats her, so Landers loses her nerve and runs to the cannon on top of her car, which opens heavy fire all over the place, but Adam hits her with the honey box, and then he sets it on fire, and Adam moves quietly. Landers sighed and cuts his side and puts it in a bag and takes Adam a car from one of those in the gas station and runs from the place at the same moment that all the gas explodes, and after moments, she calls Wallace's side and tells him that she couldn't get rid of Adam and she knows what happened, and she understands that all the hired killers in the Beehive organization are afraid of Adam because they know very well that Adam's abilities and skills are much higher than theirs. And she apologizes to Wallace and tells him that she will not be able to help him anymore. And the next day, Wallace meets a group of mercenaries, and we know that they are former soldiers in the American Navy, and he explains to Wallace to a leader. This mercenary named Betsy knows that what is required of them is to eliminate Adam, and he understands that Adam has high combat experience and that he is the best agent in the Bumblebee organization. And at this point, Adam arrives at the warehouse of Landers, the hit woman she killed last night, and he uses Landers' finger to open the secret lock and enters the place, and Adam starts using the computer and keeps looking for information about the antivirus company until he gets the address of the company's headquarters, so Adam takes a large amount of weapons and explosives and leaves the place. At that time, Verona and a colleague of theirs meet the head of the FBI, and Verona starts to explain to the head of the investigation office the details of the incidents. And some of them happen to the antivirus company, and you know that Adam is the one who saw all these accidents and that he is a former agent who has a secret organization called the Beehive. He tells him that Adam is taking revenge on Dirk, the owner of the antivirus company, and suggests that they protect the company's headquarters. This is expect. And some of them happen to the antivirus company, and you know that Adam is the one who saw all these accidents and that he is a former agent who has a secret organization called the Beehive. He tells him that Adam is taking revenge on Dirk, the owner of the antivirus company, and suggests that they protect the company's headquarters. This is expected that Adam will attack the company's headquarters and destroy it, so the director of the investigation office agrees to her request and tells her to know the developments first by first, and after that there is a group of FBI forces in front of the Dark Company building, and Adam comes and asks them to leave the place so that none of them gets hurt. So his soldiers are ordered to arrest him immediately, but Adam moves quickly and clashes with the soldiers and can beat them all. And then Adam enters the company and goes to the office of the company manager and shows Betsy and a group of mercenaries and opens fire on Adam, but Adam quickly escapes from them and runs in the corridors of the company, so all the mercenaries run after him and they prefer to look for him. Adam uses his skills and can get rid of the mercenaries one by one until he reaches Bates, the leader of the mercenaries, and Adam gets into a fight with him and can get rid of him, and then Adam goes to the manager of the company and tortures him to tell him the name of the owner of the company. So the manager of the company shows him Dirk's picture and tells him that he doesn't know where he is. At the same moment, a group of soldiers arrive, but Adam quickly runs away before anyone sees him. Verona is shocked to see the picture of Dirk, the son of the President of America, on the computer, and then Verona returns to the Bureau of Investigation and calls the director of the office, and Verona explains to the director of the Bureau of Investigation that the antivirus company, she remains one of Jessica's companies, the President of America, and Jessica's son, Dirk, uses this company to deceive people. And somewhere else a call comes to Wallace and he knows everything that is happening, so Wallace asks Derek to call his mother so that he can hide with her in her house. And this is because his life is in danger because Adam knows he is the owner of the company, and the next day Derek will be at his mother's house, and there will be tight security around the entrances and exits of the entire house. He will also be with Derek, the leader of a group of mercenaries from South America named Ross, who has been assigned by Wallace to protect Derek from any danger. Jessica M. Derek is having a big party, and at that time Adam appears and sneaks through the sewer hole, disguises himself as one of the Special Forces members, enters the house with ease, and Adam moves easily and skillfully, places bombs in the Special Forces vehicles without anyone seeing him, and hides Adam somewhere. He changes his clothes and enters the party quietly as if he were one of the guests, and in one of the rooms of the house he is the director of the FBI with Derek and his mother, Jessica. The director of the Bureau of Investigation explains to Jessica the fraud that her son committed through the antivirus company, so he knows that he did it to finance her election campaign, and if he hadn't, she wouldn't have remained America's president. At the time, Verona was one of the forces securing the location. Suddenly, Verona sees Adam by chance, so she informs the forces of Adam's presence, and they all move in behind him to arrest him. A very violent chase ensues between the Special Forces and Adam. A group of mercenaries joins them, and they all run after Adam. Because of the large number of Special Forces and mercenaries, they are able to surround Adam in the garden of the house. Wallace arrives and Ross orders the leader of the mercenaries to kill Adam. But Adam surprises everyone and explodes the cars in the square, and Adam takes advantage of the confusion and chaos and can quickly escape from the square. And Adam enters the inside of the other house and makes his way to Jessica's room, and Adam turns into a deadly hurricane that destroys everything in his path and anyone who objects and dies, whether it be the Special Forces or the mercenaries, until his head appears in front of Adam and they enter into a fierce battle together, and it seems that he is a fierce fighter. He can hurt Adam with a knife, but Adam's strength appears here, so he bears the pain, attacks his head, takes the knife from him, starts to pay him back in different places and gets rid of him once and for all. At the same time, Giska decides to hold a press conference where she can tell the truth in front of all the people, and that means Dirk is being tried for fraud, so Dirk refuses to be arrested and grabs his gun and shoots and kills the director of the investigation office. Suddenly, Adam breaks into the room and is about to kill Dirk, but Dirk grabs his mother, puts the gun to her head, and uses his mother's hatred at that moment. Verona comes and tells Adam to turn himself in, but Adam ignores what she says and shoots Derek in the brain, killing him, and then Adam jumps out the window and runs away from the place, and Verona runs after him, but she lets him get away. And that is because she knows that Adam was getting revenge on all the criminals for killing her mother.
And finish the movie. Don't forget to say your opinion about this movie in the comments, and you can also suggest movies in the comments that we summarize on the channel of Movie Light. And don't forget to follow the channel, and goodbye.